Hello everyone, wishing you a very pleasant good morning. Myself Nivedita Chauhan from St. Mary's High School. So today in this video we are going to continue our first unit from Social Science book. The title of the unit is Two Big States. So dear students, as you all know, in our previous video, we discussed about the first state, and that is Kanauj. In that state, we discussed about the first king of the state, and that is Harshvardhana, right? I hope you all remember it. Yes or no? Yes. So, in that video, we discussed about Harshvardhana's family. Prabhakar Vardhana, he is the father of Harshvardhana. Rajyavardhan is the elder brother of Harshvardhana, and Rajyashri is a sister of Harshvardhana, right? Harshvardhana first defeated the king of Malwa, Devgupt, and second he defeated the king of God, Sashank, and he won major part of his kingdom, right? So in this video, we are going ahead with the administrative system during the Harshvardhan's kingdom. So first, Harshvardhan divided his routine into three parts. How many parts? Three parts. First one is for administrative purpose, second one is for public welfare, and third one is for religious activity. We know administrative system, right? Then public welfare, doing good for the public, right? And religious activity. Harshvardhana not only focus in administrative or public welfare only, but he was aware about the religious activities also, right? Imprints left by Harshvardhana. So during his kingdom, Harshvardhana built many rest houses, right? Wells, step wells, lakes, vihars, etc. Right? Into the administrative system, Harshvardhana built many rest houses, wells, step wells, lakes, etc. He also prohibited animal slaughter. During his kingdom. Now we are going to talk about Sanskrit poet and writer Banbhat. Banbhat is a Sanskrit poet or a writer, and he wrote two works, and that is Harsharit and Kadambari. The two major work of Banbhat is the Harsharit and Kadambari. Now the king Harshvardhana himself wrote three plays. How many plays? Three plays, and that is Naganand, Ratnavali and Priyadarshika. These three plays were written by King Harshvardhana himself. Now during his kingdom, Harshvardhana mainly focused on education, right? So during his time, there is a Nalanda University. He is a world famous university. And if someone wants to get admission in Nalanda University, he or she can pass the entrance test. Right? Or the university provided free education to the students, right? So this is the main point or main focus of the education, right? Now, life of people. We talked about administrative system, public welfare, religious activity, education. Now, how was the situation? How was the life of the people during Harshvardhana's kingdom? So first, town and villages had huge gateways of their entrance. Harshvardhana divided society into four groups. How many groups? Four groups. Then Purda system and intercaste marriage were not prevalent. Purda system and intercaste marriage were not prevalent at that time. Now local diet of that people. People during his kingdom had milk, wheat, rice, fruits and vegetables. These are These are the food of that people. Clothes. The people of that time wear simple white clothes. Now this time we have different colors in clothes, right? And different varieties, different style. But during that time, the people wear only simple white color clothes. Men wear dhotis and women wear saris. Now ornaments. They wear rings, bangles, bracelet and necklace. But these all things were made from flowers only. They wear ornaments made from the flowers, not diamond or gold or silver. It made from flowers only. Now entertainment. This time we have the facilities of television, mobile phone, internet, multiplex theater, right? But at that time they have only two things for the entertainment, and that is the game of chess and game of dice. Chess and game of dice. These two games were there. These two games provided them entertainment. Their main occupation is farming and animal husbandry. Farming and animal husbandry, these two were their main occupation. They are earning something from these two activities, right? A highway from Patliputra to Bhrugu, Kutch, in this time we known as Bharuch, part was built by the state for trade and transportation of goods. Right? At that time, the King Harshvardhana built a highway from Patliputra to Bharuch for the purpose of transportation and goods. Now, open your textbook. This is the brief introduction about what we learned today. Now we'll go with the text. Open your textbook, page number 2. Harsh built many rest houses, wells, step wells, lake, mathas, vihars, and also prohibited animal shelters. Every year, he organized a Buddhist religious meet, and every 5 years, he would organize a huge religious congregation at Pragya. There he would donate generously till his entire treasury was emptied, and would even give away the ornaments he would be wearing at that time. So as I discussed that Harshvardhana was conscious about the administrative system, public welfare, and at the same time religious activities too, right? So during his time he organized many religious activities, right? Many religious meetings. So what he did when he organized religious meet, at that time he gave all his treasure, जो भी उसके पास पैसा है, जो भी उसके पास खजाना है, वो सब जब तक खाली नहीं हो जाता तब तक वो ये रिलीजियस एक्टिविटीज़ करता रहता था और सब कुछ डोनेट करते रहते थे, राइट? और इवन कि जो ज्वेलरी उन्होंने पहनी हुई है एट दैट टाइम, उन्होंने जो भी कुछ पहना हुआ है वो भी वो उतार के डोनेट कर देते थे, दान में दे देते थे. द great Sanskrit poet and writer Ban Bhatt adorned his court. His famous work Harshcharit and Kadambari are famous even today. We come to know about many important aspects of King Harshvardhana's reign from Harshcharitra. King Harsha himself was right and wrote 3 plays, Naganand, Ratnavali and Priyadarshika. These 3 works are famous or written by Harshvardhana himself. Emperor Harshvardhana's Empire, Nalanda University. King Harsh extended all possible assistance to Acharya Shilbhandra and made Nalanda into a world famous university. The university had access to the revenues of 100 villages given to them by King Harsh for its upkeep and maintenance. Renowned chemist Acharya Nagarjuna, who proved that iron, arsenic, and mercury could be used as medicine, also belonged to Nalanda University. So as we discussed that during that time, the world famous university is Nalanda University, and the king Harsh extended all possible assistance. उनसे जो भी बन पड़ता था वो सब हेल्प उन्होंने नालंदा यूनिवर्सिटी को किया, बिकॉज वहाँ से उनको क्या मिलता था, दे प्रोड्यूस मेडिसिन्स, राइट, दे प्रोड्यूस मेडिसिन बाय यूजिंग सम केमिक्स, राइट, आयरन, मर्क्यूरी, वो सब यूज़ करके वो मेडिकल प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस करते थे. सो एज वी लर्न दैट student had to clear entrance test to get admission into Nalanda University. Free education, boarding facility were provided by the Nalanda University. The extensive library of Nalanda University was known as धर्मागंज. क्या है ये वर्ड? धर्मागंज. The library of the University Nalanda is known by Dharmaganj. Now let us move towards the life of the people. Information about the lineage of King Harsh is available from the writings of Chinese traveler Yun Stang. Towns and villages of that time were fortified and had huge gateways at their entrance. The society was divided into 4 groups. While the Purda system and intercaste marriages were not prevalent at that time, the custom of sati, child marriage, and polygamy had started by then. The local diet consisted of milk and milk products, wheat, rice, fruits, and vegetables. They wore clean, simple white clothes. Men wore dhotis and women wore saris. Their ornaments, ring, bangles, bracelet, necklace were made from flowers. Chess and games of dice were popular means of entertainment. Acrobats and conjurers wandered from villages to villages entertaining people. Farming and animal husbandry were the main occupation of the people. Land revenue was 1/6 of the production. Internal and international trade was carried out by the Vaishyas. A highway from Patliputra to Bhrugu Kutch, Bharuch port was built by the state for trade and transportation of goods. Gold and silver coins were used for commercial transactions. Ornament, statues, ivory, and carved wooden pieces were exported. The export of different materials from India increased her popularity. During the reign of King Harsh, India had good business relation with Rome, which led to the inflow of gold in India. People followed Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, but were tolerant towards the other religions. So in this paragraph, we discuss about the life of the people, how they can live their life, how they can survive their life at that time. First, we discuss about the food of the people, and that is milk products, wheat, rice, fruits, and vegetables, right? Then clothes. They were only simple white color clothes. Men wore dhotis and women wore saris, right? Their ornaments were made from the flowers only. They were ornaments which is made from the flowers. and their means of entertainment is the two games, and that is chess and game of dice, right? But some acrobats or conjurers wandering, they are moving from villages to villages to entertaining the people, right? They move towards, they are moving, they are roaming from one village to second village. They are traveling from one to another village to provide the entertainment to the people of the village. Now about the occupation, they are earning from two occupation, and that is farming and animal husbandry. फार्मिंग आप सबको पता है, जिसे हम खेती कहते हैं, एंड एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, एनिमल को पालना. लैंड रेवेन्यू वॉज 1/6 ऑफ द प्रोडक्शन, राइट? लैंड रेवेन्यू वहाँ पे होता था. एंड वी डिस्कस अबाउट द हाईवे बिल्ड बाय किंग हर्षवर्धना. इट्स फ्रॉम पाटलिपुत्र टू भरूच, राइट? द मेन रीजन ऑफ दैट टू बिल्ड दैट हाईवे इज ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ गुड्स, राइट? ट्रांसपोर्टेशन करने के लिए. गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर कॉइन वर यूज फॉर कॉमर्शियल ट्रांजैक्शन. एट दैट टाइम वो लोग कैश से ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं करते थे. किससे करते थे? गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर. गोल्ड लो, सिल्वर देना, गोल्ड सिल्वर दो, गोल्ड लो, राइट? ये जो उनका बीच का जो गोल्ड का चेंजिंग था, इंटरचेंज, वो कमर्शियल ट्रांजैक्शन से ले जाना जाता था. ऑर्नामेंट्स, स्टैच्यूज, आइवरी एंड कर्व्ड वुडन पीसेस वर एक्सपोर्टेड. क्या एक्सपोर्ट होता था? ऑर्नामेंट्स, स्टैच्यूज, आइवरी एंड वुडन, ये सब एक्सपोर्ट होता रहता था. ड्यूरिंग द रीजन ऑफ किंग हर्ष, इंडिया हैड गुड बिजनेस रिलेशन विथ रोम, which lead to the inflow of gold in India. People followed Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism, right? During the kingdom of Harshvardhana, in the state Kannauj, the people followed main three religion, and that is Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism, but were tolerant towards other religions, right? The main three religions were Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism. So this is all for today. We go ahead with second state Vatapi in our next video. So what we discussed today, we discussed about the administrative system, the three parts of the routine of Harshvardhana, then the things made by Harshvardhana, then about his works, Nalanda University, and life of the people during Harshvardhan's religious, right? Now I am showing my notebook. You have to take screenshot of it for your better understanding. Take a screenshot and write down these points in your notebook. Take a screenshot so it's easier for you to write down in your notebook, right? This is the first page. This one is second page. You have to write down all these points in your notebook. And this is the last and the third page. Okay, so we stopped here. Write down this in your notebook and enjoy your learning, enjoy your vacation, enjoy your days. Stay home, stay safe and keep learning. We will meet in our next video. Thank you.